Hey, English 111 students, this is Miss Williams. Welcome to week 12 of our 13-week semester. So this is our last full week of class, and next week is final exam week. Your final exams are due by 11:59. Your final exams are due by 11:59 on Wednesday, December the 13th. So I can't accept any late grades, any late exams. Make sure you read through the exam details at least twice before you start asking me questions. I'm actually going to go through those with you right now. So we are at week 12. All right, so what we've really been talking about this semester in English 111 is the process of writing. What is your process? What kind of writing do you do on a regular basis? And then that formal assignments have been a process. We've talked about sometimes our ideas of what we're going to do and wrote and posted on those in the discussion board. We did outlines for most of our major assignments, and we did rough drafts. We had peer review, and then we submitted final drafts, and then everyone had the chance to revise. So, one reason why I have so many students with A's in my courses is because I always give you that opportunity to revise your formal assignments, which really count for the most points of your grade. So this final exam is really all about revising. And the good news is if you already revised a major assignment, one of your 3 formal assignments this semester, then that part is already done. But the other part of the exam is to explain the revisions. So I'm just going to open up the exam overview. And again, I want you to read through this at least twice before you start emailing me questions. So your final exam is all about revising one of your formal assignments and then drafting a letter about the revisions. So if you already revised, major revisions, one of your formal assignments, 1, 2, or 3, then you don't have to revise that again, but you still have to write the cover letter. Some of you have not revised any major assignments this semester, which is sad because, again, it can bring your grade up a lot if you just look at my feedback and then revise. But if you haven't revised any of those 3 major assignments, then a part of the exam for you is also going to choose one of your formal assignments to revise. And I would choose the one with the lowest grade because you've got time to revise this week as well as write your cover letter. So you can revise one of your formal assignments. We've got the education narrative, the annotated bibliography, and then the genre project with the artist statement. So if you do decide to, if you haven't already revised your genre project and artist statement, and that's what you choose to revise this week, you have to do both parts of it. If you already revised your genre project, then you make sure you also revise your artist statement. And then you would do the part 2, the reflective cover letter. So 2 things you're going to turn into me, and I'm not going to read through all of this. You guys need to do that at least twice. It's very specific on how you need to turn everything in and what you name the documents when you turn them in. So you're going to revise one of those 3 formal assignments, or if you already did that, use one of the revisions that you've already done. And then you're going to write a cover letter about that. So it says here, the cover letter explains in detail what you revised and why you have revised in these ways. So don't just discuss, oh, well, Miss Williams said to do A, B, and C. There's reasons that, you had to make those revisions, or reasons I gave you that feedback. So you're going to have to expand. And then down here, there's more detail questions that you can answer. The reflective cover letter needs to be 2 full pages. So even if you don't have to revise anything because you've already done that, um, you should have 2 full pages of a cover letter that you're going to turn in with your revision. And you need to make sure you answer all these questions. There's 8 questions. And then there's also the format that your letter should be in. So this is a different kind of genre than we've done with MLA papers or with, your annotated bibliography or with your artist statement. So this genre, which is a letter, is very specific in how it needs to be formatted. All right, so 2 parts to the final exam, a major revision, and then the letter explaining your revision. There is a link with this week's assignments where you will turn that in. It closes, here's the link. It closes at 11:59 on Wednesday, December the 13th. There's also a reminder with this week's assignments that you need to finalize your digital portfolios. Most of you did that last week. Remember, you need to turn in a copy of your final exam and reflective cover letter here, but you also need to put a copy of that on your digital portfolio on the final exam tab. So this, it's not the hardest exam. This is the department exam at Gaston College for all English 111 students. So it's not an exam I came up with. It does really, I think, speak to some of the most important things that we've tried to learn about this semester with writing, with the process of writing, with different genres of writing and how we format different genres of writing. So I think the overview's got the details in it that you need to understand what you're doing. But some of you are going to wait until next Monday or Tuesday to start working on this. And you're going to start asking me questions at that point. And I'm going to be doing other things, so I may or may not be available. Please don't wait until the last minute. Go ahead and start working on this week. Get it done, one thing out of the way, especially if you've got to do the major revision, because you're going to have more work to do. And your major revision should, again, look at that final exam overview, because if you do have to revise, it's very detailed in this paragraph about how that's going to be graded. So, you can't just do the bare minimum. You've got to make some significant changes to really improve that. So if you've already got an A on it, then that's not something you need to revise. But if you had a C or a B, you can revise that. Or again, if you'd already revised it in the past, then that's fine. But it needed to have been something that you really had to put some work in to bring your grade up. And you're going to have to be able to explain that to me in the cover letter. All right. So if you guys have questions, please reach out sooner rather than later. So make sure you submit the final exam, both parts, in this link with your week 12 assignments, but also you need to upload it onto your digital portfolio. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. It's been a great semester for the most part. I've had a significant amount of A's in this section of 111. In my other section, lots of students reaching out, asking questions, putting in the time and energy into your work. So I've been really pleased for the most part with most of you. Some of you have struggled. And if you have struggled in the class, just really think about whether or not you need to take English 112 next semester. It's more labor intensive because you do have to do research for every assignment that we do next semester. So if you struggled in 111, then chances are 112 is going to be even more challenging for you. Talk to someone on your campus about whether it's a good time for that class or not if you did struggle in 111. That is all I have for y'all. So have a great week. Reach out with questions and